Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily, or at mhughesart, and today we are going to be drawing or sketching what my Instagram followers tell me to. I put a question on my Instagram story asking for sketch prompts. There were so many amazing suggestions. I know I won't be able to do all of them, so I might have to make a part 2. So let me know if you are interested in that. If you want to take part in future fun things like this, you can go follow me on Instagram. I'll put it right here. So there were a few prompts that were suggested multiple times. So I'm going to try and do those ones first so that we can make the most people happy. Okay, let's get started. I am so excited about this video. I think it's a really fun concept. So the first thing I sketched was a cow because I got a couple people asking for a cow, and I thought let's just keep it simple with a mechanical pencil sketch. We're gonna move on to some more funky supplies, but I thought I would start with good old pencil. So I ended up combining a few different references for this cow. I really liked the idea of it having a heart-shaped pattern on its head, so that's what I did. They're lying down, looking cute. So the next thing I'm gonna sketch is a toy UFO because I got that suggestion and I thought that was so cool. So I found a reference of a UFO toy lamp. I guess it's more of a lamp, but I'm gonna count it as a toy. It's just this super rad lamp, and honestly, if I saw this in somebody's house, I would be like, this is the coolest person ever. So I wanted to use colored pencils for this one, and I don't know, I think when I use colored pencils, I like to pull out a select color palette before I start the sketch, just so things look cohesive and interesting to me. But I didn't do it for this one, I just had all of my colored pencils in front of me, and for that reason I think the sketch isn't as interesting, but it's still a fun sketch. So as I was sketching, I started thinking, oh man, I should have combined the drawing of the cow with the drawing of the UFO because of, you know, the classic image of the cow being abducted by aliens. So later on, I did go in and add a teeny cow silhouette in the beam of light. I also went back in later and added the wooden base of the lamp because I felt like it wasn't looking enough like a toy. So I did that off camera, but you will see it as I pan over the spread in a little bit. Okay, so moving on to the next sketch. This one might have ended up being my favorite or one of my favorites. It's a snail with a house for a shell. I thought that was just the cutest, sweetest prompt, and I loved the whimsical aspect of it. So I found myself a reference of a cute little house and a reference of a snail, and I smashed them together and made a cute little sketch. For this one, I just wanted to keep it simple. I just used 2 Kohl Erase pencils, the purple and the crimson, and I just really like how they blend together. I had so much fun working on this one. Thank you to the person that suggested it. Okay, next up we got some insects coming up. Specifically right here, I am sketching a cicada. And if you can't tell, I am using this super wacky rainbow pencil that I used to use when I was little, Not this exact pencil, but I definitely used to play with these when I was little, so it was a really fun throwback. I couldn't really decide if the move was to, not pay attention to what color I'm putting down, let the pencil decide, be totally random, or, if I should have more control and pay attention to which color I'm putting down. I ended up doing a little bit of both. For the most part, I let it be a little more random, but if I found I was only getting one color for a while, I would rotate the pencil to something else. But yeah, I will definitely be using these pencils more in my sketchbook. I think they're really fun, and it's a really great way to loosen up. So I also drew this little beetle, and I was pretty happy with how these two guys came out. I went in with my blue Color Ace pencil just to define a few things, but besides that, it was all the rainbow pencil. Please feel free to grab your sketchbook and sketch these prompts along with me. I think that could be super fun. Also, I'd love to hear if I sketched any of your suggested prompts, so please let me know down below. Next, somebody suggested to do a Shiba, and I got a few different dog suggestions. I got a corgi, someone said to draw my own dog, and I wasn't sure which one to do. I didn't want to, do too many dogs, even though I love drawing dogs. I wanted the spread to be a bunch of different things, so I ended up going with the sheep, and I really liked this pose with it looks like he's doing a downward dog stretch, but he's actually resisting being pulled by his leash, which I've heard is a pretty common sheep thing because they're very stubborn, and I think that's pretty funny. I know my dog only does this when it is too cold for her gentle sensibilities. She will plant, but besides that, she's usually pretty happy to go along. I think this is as good of a time as any. I have a little announcement to make, and that is that my online shop is launching. It is opening next week, June 17th at 4 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. I designed an enamel pin that I am super excited about. My next video will actually be talking about how I made these enamel pins. This was my first time really launching an online store, so I'm going to talk about that in the next video if you are interested. I also have a bunch of stickers for sale, and I will be shipping internationally. So yes, that will be June 17th at 4 p.m. EST. Thank you very much. Okay, so next is a frog, and I think this had the most people asking for it, if not maybe the second most, and I sort of combined a few of the suggestions. Somebody said a frog in a mushroom costume, and I believe somebody else said a frog under an umbrella in the rain, and I was thinking, what if I combine those two and make the mushroom the umbrella? And then I thought it would be funny if the frog is too big for the mushroom and it's not really it's not really covering him from the rain. I don't know, I thought that was cute. So I drew this big frog, round guy. Okay, so next up is the prompt that was definitely suggested the most, and that is flowers or a bouquet of flowers. I got so many suggestions for flowers, and I wasn't sure which flowers to do. I ended up going with peonies because I love peonies. And one person suggested a bouquet of flowers in a old boot, and I thought that was a very cool idea, so that is what I did. I started with drawing an old boot, and I added some beautiful peonies coming out. I loved the juxtaposition of something that is not seen as a very beautiful thing paired with something that is, objectively very beautiful. I really liked that, so that was a great idea. Thank you so much. I don't actually draw or paint flowers very often, and I really don't know why, because they are a very beautiful subject. It's a great way to study, drawing from life, and there's so many different varieties. I think you could, spend your life painting flowers and never get bored of it. But I guess I've always just been a little more interested in portraits and animals. But I really enjoyed sketching these peonies, and I think I would like to do it more. I actually have a peony plant in my yard, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it bloom this year. I hope it does. And for this one, I just used 2 Col-Erase pencils once again, the Vermilion and the Carmine. After all of that talk about wanting to draw and paint more flowers, I think I actually enjoyed drawing the boot more than the flowers. I don't know what that says about me. So next up, I wanted to use the rainbow pencil once again because it was so much fun. So I decided to use this prompt suggestion and draw a little duck. And the duck has a little orange on his head. And I believe somebody suggested that I draw fruit, so maybe this counts as that as well. We are on to the final sketch, and this one is a axolotl. I decided to go back in with the colored pencils, and yeah, it was just a fun little guy to end off the page with. Axolotls are so strange looking, but they are kind of cute in a strange way. It's funny because it looks like I drew sort of a cute cartoon face on this guy, but that's just what they look like. I hope all of the axolotls out there are doing well at this moment. So that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I want to say a big thank you to my channel members. You guys are the best. If you liked this video, you can leave it a like, and if you want to see when I post next, you can subscribe. Please let me know down below if you would like me to do something like this again, because I had so much fun, so please say yes. I will see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.